Natalie is in the process of buying a home and is expected to close in the next 4 weeks. She's being told by her realtor that there are attorney fees for her as the buyer. And she's wondering, what do those attorney fees amount to, and what does it cover, and is it really on the buyer's side? Cora?
Hi, Natalie. Congratulations on getting a home under contract, and good luck on your upcoming closing. I'm sure it will be smooth sailing. So you are correct. There are traditionally, at least here in our area, especially customarily, we have buyer and seller closing fees, specifically closing attorney fees. So what does that look like? So the buyer pays a fee and the seller pays a very similar one for the scope of work that the title company, i.e. closing attorney, does during that transaction. So once you get it under contract, if it's cash closing or if it's going through the lender, we'll get a title order and a copy of that contract. And that's whenever our title sauce production starts. So we'll order a title exam on the property, and that will likely require somebody to go down to the courthouse and dust off those records and copy everything and check the chain of title and identify if there's any encumbrances on the property, any liens, if there are any mortgages we need to pay off. Those are kind of the obvious ones. Make sure that we have good title to the property, which is a contractual obligation there, and certainly one that you want as a buyer to make sure that the seller can provide you with full title to the property, making sure the deeds are aligned, so on and so forth. That also helps us get a good owner's title insurance policy, an insurance product for you, as well as the lender getting a good policy. But our work doesn't stop there. So once we receive the title exam back and we process and comb through all the chain of title and make sure we make any corrections, obtain payoffs, so on and so forth, to get that clear title transferred over to you and produce our insurance requirements and title commitment and so forth, we will also work with the lender, or if it's a cash deal, to prepare the documents needed for closing. So it could be as few as 10 documents signed for a simple cash deal at closing, but it could also include a package for a lender of up to 150 pages. So we work with them to balance the numbers, get good statements out in advance for your review and comfort level and ability to ask questions and address concerns in advance of the closing table, produce those documents, and then we sit with you at the closing table. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable in your home buying experience. So at my firm, we'll have an attorney sit with you there and answer any questions, obtain the signatures, notarize those signatures. And of course, if there's a lender involved, making sure that lender has good first lien position is important. But that's just, in a nutshell, kind of at least the beginning part. And then even after closing, you call us, you have questions. You never got a copy of the deed. You need, a copy of this, at the closing, you wonder about taxes. We're always available to you. We want to be your friend for life in your home purchase. So, in a nutshell, that's what we do. And the fee that's charged is just a couple $100 for what I think is a well-deserved service and needed service to serve you at your closing.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, that both in your side of it, and then for us as real estate agents, hundreds of things. And so you just don't know. But it was a good question to ask. Hopefully that answers your question.